Hello guys and welcome back to the Proud Indian YouTube channel. So today we're going to learn India on GeoGuessr. So India is a pretty huge country. It is the 7th largest country in the world and the most populated country in the world. So I'm from India and that's why we're going to start a series on countries of the world in GeoGuessr and how to memorize each country's locations and how to make perfect guesses on each country of the world in GeoGuessr. And we're going to start off with India because for me it is more easy because I've been to various regions of India all over my life. So today we're going to start learning this huge country on GeoGuessr. It has a lot of coverage. It has, I think, mostly full coverage, although like a few states don't have full coverage and a few areas don't have specific coverage. So yeah, it's better if we start off with India and then we're going to continue with other countries. In the comments you can suggest which country you want next because there are a lot of countries in the world on GeoGuessr and I'm happy to just learn any country along with you guys. You can also learn along with me. I'm not a pro GeoGuessr player. There are other people in the GeoGuessr community that I think explain these India guides a bit more better. I think there are so many, but yeah, you could see on your own, and if you want you could continue watching the video along with me and let's start learning India on GeoGuessr. So there's a huge Plunkett guide, India, available. So we're gonna go wise. We're gonna go from identifying India. We're gonna go landscape, vegetation, languages, and then we have all of these things that we're gonna go through each individually. I think yeah. So first we have to identify India. Next we have all the individual clues, languages, infrastructure, architecture, landscapes, vegetation. And then these things, I don't know how to pronounce the name, but okay. Next we have Spotlight as well as the maps that we're going to play. So we're going to play these maps as well. It might be in this episode or it might be in the next episode. I'm not sure, but I'm trying to make this quick, okay? Yeah. So the step one is to identify India. So firstly, India is this country. I think we have already showed you that. The domain name is .in. It's mostly used in addresses. As well as that, it drives on the left-hand side of the road, and 99% of India coverage is crap cam, otherwise known as shit cam. Apparently, it's called like that here. But I like to call it crap cam because I don't have any disrespect for my own country, but yeah. What is meant by crap cam is that the coverage has a huge blur on the bottom. So mostly you could see that's low quality as well. And it's the only country in Asia to use it apart from Cambodia. It can also be seen in Sri Lanka and sometimes in Bangladesh. It's also used in Nigeria, Ecuador, and sometimes in Finland and Lebanon. I think so. Suppose that India also has Generation 3 truckers that are all across the country in major touristy areas. They live on the left-hand side of the road. Of course, we know that. As well as that, there are various languages, so we'll get to the languages in a bit. India also has English, as a lot of English all across India, especially major signs. Rupees are the currency of India. If you see this letter, this R symbol with the 2 dashes on the top, you would be in India 100%. As well as that, India has a white registration plate on the fronts and the backs of their vehicles. They're mostly for standard vehicles, but for commercial vehicles like lorries and auto rickshaws, for example, they use yellow vehicles on the back and the front. As well as that, electric are mostly common in the cities, but these two are pretty common all over India. If you notice these two, you probably have to consider India in your mind. As well as that, we also have black and white striped signposts. We're going to be in India for that as well. So the common Indian pole top is actually like a trident. So what do they mean by a trident is that a trident is, it has a pole here and then 2 things that circulate from here. So it's like in symmetrical, but also it is in trident because trident is the main symbol of Lord Shiva. So that's why it is easy to link this trident pole top with India. So I think That's how we were able to remember that. But various polls are also available all across the country. We'll get to that later. So our first step is done. We were able to identify India. It has crop cam, it has generation 3 trackers sometimes, the right left hand side of the road, languages, and the English, and then these polls. Yeah, this and this. So that's it. Now we have step 2, which is regional and state-specific clues. So this is very important, and I guess all of you guys need to take a look at this very carefully if you want to learn India, especially because all these specific clues are very common across the country, and also I think I should remember some of them because I always forget about them whenever I hear about my own country. Yeah, so first part is easy, languages. So languages, there are various languages across India. We have Hindi, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, Tamil, Oriya, I think, Punjabi, as well as the northeastern languages and Bengali. So these languages are some of the main languages of India, so we'll get to them all. So firstly, we have Hindi, and Hindi is written, all the letters are slanted with a line on the top, like Sabiko is Doshna, yeah, and so on, so on. Yeah, all this is able to be understood very nicely. So all these have lines at the top. Basically, they're in the Devanagari script. So this is not just Hindi, this is also the Devanagari script, as Marathi, which is spoken in the state of Maharashtra, also uses the script, but we'll get to that in a bit. So Hindi is spoken in the North Indian states of Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Haryana, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, and Rajasthan. Sikkim is a different case because Sikkim and Nepal both speak Nepali, and so Nepali is also in the Devanagari script, and so that's why it's common in both the states. And Nepali was one of the main languages of Sikkim, so that's why you'll see the script as well in Sikkim. Maharashtra, on the other hand, you can distinguish with only one letter. I think this letter is pronounced as Ada, I think so. Yeah, so this letter is very common in Marathi. It kind of looks like the Hindi L alphabet. It looks like this letter in Hindi. So you could differentiate it by the infinity symbol as well as the line that connects them. So that's the main symbol. I don't think it appears that much in Marathi. So that's about basically you have to identify the landscape. We'll get to that in a bit. So Punjabi is next, with Punjabi also having the line on the top, but it's very different from Hindi. You could see it has a lot of these specific, some characters are kind of wobbly, I guess, kind of zigzaggy. And also you have these letters, which are, this kind of looks like the, but it does not look like the letter the in Hindi, as well as this weird curvy letter that, yeah, so they are diacritic in shape, I guess you could say like that. Some of the letters are so zigzaggy that I think you could be able to get them. I think you could have a small glance at them for a few minutes, so you could probably get an idea. Yeah, they're only common in the state of Punjab over here, which borders Pakistan in the west, and Himachal Pradesh, Haryana, and Rajasthan as well. Next we have Gujarati. So Gujarati is exactly like Hindi, but this time it does not have the line on the top. You could say it's a combination of Punjabi with kind of how the way it's written, but also very, it's exactly the same thing as Hindi, but this time without the line. So basically, lineless Devanagari, I think you could say like that. A line without all these letters. Yeah, that's all Gujarati. It's only common in the state of Gujarat, which we could call the mouth of India, which is bordering Pakistan here, and as well as that, Ahmedabad, Rajkot, as well as a lot of other cities. Vadodara, as well as those cities, are all located in Gujarat, so you could define these areas in Gujarat very easily. Next, we have Bengali, which has a lot of triangles in them. You can see a triangle here, and a lot of triangles. So it is also a line language, basically having a line on the top. It's also the national language of Bangladesh, as the region that speak Bengali border Bangladesh, but also in the state of West Bengal and Tripura, as well as sometimes in Jharkhand. So these areas especially have Bengali. You could memorize it with these triangles. Next, we have Assamese, which also is very similar to Bengali. In order to differentiate them, it's pretty hard, but mostly the climate, you could probably differentiate with Assam, and Also, there were two letters that are probably not visible in Bengali. This is kind of like the Hindi ba, but with a line in the center, yeah. And also this one with this. So these two things are additional characters in Assamese. As well as that, we have Kannada, which along with the Telugu language are very similar. So Telugu is spoken in Telangana, Andhra Pradesh area, as well as Karnataka, which speaks in Kannada. So these two languages, in order to differentiate these two, basically Kannada has these hooks on top of the letters. Some of the letters like ga, as well as in ra, for example, these letters, they have hooks on top of them, which are also present in the Telugu language, but this time ga has this thingy. It's kind of like a tail of a chameleon or something like that. So it has ga. So this is the a kimatra in Telugu, and as well as that in Kannada, ga kimatra is spelled very differently. So as you can see the difference into both the languages. If it is not having tick marks as well, you could probably go Telugu, because Telugu also has these tick marks mostly. These akimatras are very rare. You only get them sometimes, but mostly it's the tick marks that you have to consider, the tick marks. So for example, this is E in here in Telugu. Let me try to find E here 1 second. Okay, I can't find E here, but this letter after this letter, it's both common in these languages, but yeah, I guess you could get the idea. It's pretty similar in terms of the shape they look like, but mostly the differentiation is this one and this one. Simple, I think you get the difference. Tamil is a bit more kind of like straight line, but also kind of like these letters are especially there in Tamil. You can see a lot of shapes are there with these letters, especially like these kind of small hooks that go out from here, as well as these things that have a curve and all that stuff. You can see a lot of straight lines as well in Tamil, as well as the dot on the top. All these things are especially common in Tamil. They have 90-degree angles. That's what I'm saying. So Oriya is different from Tamil. It's not even a South Indian language. It's a North Indian kind of language that's all similar to Bengali. So you could see kinda some similarities with Bengali, I guess. Wait, let me try to find them. Yeah, for example, these letters, they are also present in Bengali, triangles and all that, but mostly they have a circle on the top, and all these are curvilinear on the top, except for maybe a few, but most of the time they're curves on the top, like for this letter. You can see all letters have a curve on the top without a line, and it's so different that you could probably not distinguish it from the next language, but it's kind of easy. If you kind of look at it a bit more, you probably understand it. And it kind of resembles a skull emoji, actually. Wow, I did not realize that. Some of them do actually kind of look like skulls. Yeah, actually kind of zoom on this. You probably understand that's some type of emoji. As well as that, we have Malayalam, which is a bit more circular rather than, having these emoji-like things. Actually, just realized this could be somebody's ear or something like that. Yeah, that all does not exist in Malayalam. It's a bit more consistent. In order to distinguish it from Tamil, I think there are less U. There are more kind of U shapes upside down rather than 90-degree angles in Tamil. So now we have Manipuri, which is actually a language that you'll get only in Manipur state of India. So Manipuri, these languages, they also have a line on the top sometimes, but sometimes they're also having no line on the top. So basically they're kind of like tally marks as well as vertical lines, straight angles. Yeah, exactly. Also, I forgot to say, Tamil is spoken in Tamil Nadu, which is the southernmost state of India. Oriya is spoken in Odisha, which is over here. It has this kind of shape on the coastline between Visakhapatnam and Kolkata. You can see this entire area. That's Orissa. You can click here. As well as that, Malayalam, it's in the Indian state of Kerala, in the southern part of India, next to Tamil Nadu, as well as Manipuri, which is only in the eastern part of India, in this panhandle Seven Sisters area of India. So this area is Manipuri. So Mizo actually uses the Latin script, and it's only present in the state of Mizoram. Actually, interestingly, even though this language does not appear, you could probably recognize it by the way it's kind of You could probably read it, probably, most likely. And these letters, they're actually common in most European languages, but kind of associate them with India a bit more, and you get Mizoram. Although I don't think that many roads are there in Mizoram, so I don't think you probably need to focus on this language that much. Only focus on these major languages that you see here on your screen. So English is the most common language to India, but it's only spoken in the state of Meghalaya, especially. Its native language is English, so it has no, it has no problem in distinguishing, because if you just see only English, you probably have to be in this area with a kind of Bangladesh, Assam tropical vibe. You can probably get like that. So now we move on to the infrastructure of India. So infrastructure means basically all the various utility poles, as well as some useful clues all over the country that we could use to get a specific region guess on specific areas. So example, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu all have yellow auto rickshaws with yellow here and a black rooftop. So most of the time you'll find green auto rickshaws all over India. So most of the time you could also find these things only in these areas. So Hyderabad area, as well as Andhra Pradesh, Vijayawada, Visakhapatnam, Rayalaseema area, and Chennai, Madras area. All these areas, if you find on the map, you're probably going to be there, and distinguish it with languages. As well as that, sometimes they might be unblurred, so TN over here means Tamil Nadu, so you're going to be here in Tamil Nadu. Find a bit of Tamil and you could guess wherever you want. Next we have concrete holy poles. So holy poles are only common in the state of Gujarat, basically having holes that go all the way through the poles. As well, they're all common in Gujarat, sometimes in Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra and Chhattisgarh. So all these are very common only in these states, only in Gujarat. So the mouth of India again. So combining it with Gujarati as well as the concrete poles, we're getting Gujarat. So next we have the poles are divided into two sections, kind of similar to the Brazilian poles apparently. So apparently it's our pole tops, which is the Telangana Andhra Pradesh poles. So these have a bit of a hole kind of carving into them. They're mostly also concrete poles. Yeah, these are kind of concrete poles that are having these rectangles inside them. They don't go all the way through, and you're going to be in these two states, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. Again, distinguishing. So there's a metal pattern, a mesh pattern that's common in Sikkim. With the high altitude, I think it gets Sikkim, but yeah, they're kind of like standing structures with all these things that connect them to each other. Yeah. Then we have the metal holy poles. So metal holy poles differentiating from the concrete holy poles. Concrete is found in Gujarat, but metal poles are found in Kerala. I think you could call them ladder poles because they look like a ladder probably. Yeah, all these if you see to the ground and extend all the way there, you're probably only going to be in the state of Kerala, nowhere else. As well as that, we also have the grey metal poles. So metal and concrete, I guess all of you guys can distinguish from easily. So with the high altitude, you could probably only see the grey metal poles inside Uttarakhand, southern Himachal Pradesh, Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh, as well as the northeastern states. So it's very common in Uttarakhand, and you're probably able to get a close region guess with the grey metal poles over here. So now we're going to go to the electricity window shaped like cross symbol, which is only found in Punjab and Haryana. This applies to both the boxes, the electricity boxes, as well as the poles. So over here you can see window, 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 window over here, and here window, 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 window. So basically they're like dividing a square or a rectangle into 4 equal halves. So that's only common in these two states, Punjab and Haryana. You can also see a bit of Punjabi, I guess, over here. So I think that's easy to distinguish for Punjab. So over here we also have a crossbar like the trident pole top, but this time instead of having this kind of angle, it's only straight and it's only in a cross-like fashion. So this is only common in the state of Karnataka, very rarely again in Haryana, but most of the time when you get this, you're going to be in Karnataka. As well as that, you also have these poles that are kind of like also kind of like this, but this time it's kind of like metal instead of concrete. So if you get metal pole tops, you're going to be in the state of Manipur, which is pretty rare actually. So upside down triangles, basically triangles that have upside down connecting all these things, they're common in Madhya Pradesh as well as sometimes in Chhattisgarh and Maharashtra. Actually no, they're common in Maharashtra, less common in Madhya Pradesh as well as sometimes less common in Chhattisgarh. So upside down triangles. Yeah. So Madhya Pradesh actually has mostly A concrete poles, so basically upside down A. So this upside down triangle, upside down A. So all these are very common in Madhya Pradesh. Next we have the upside down trapezoid. So we have upside down triangle, upside down A, and upside down trapezoid. So a trapezoid is found in Chhattisgarh. So we could probably distinguish. Triangle means Maharashtra. Upside down A means Madhya Pradesh, and upside down trapezoid means Chhattisgarh. Also sometimes in Meghalaya and Tripura, but I guess they're probably quite rare. They can also be paired with the holy poles in Gujarat and the laser poles in Andhra Pradesh, and the ladder poles are in Andhra Pradesh. Thus only use the trapezoid when no other pole meta is present. So that what they're saying is that a lot of these holy poles in Gujarat, as well as the ladder poles in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, all these are also present in Chhattisgarh, so it's basically a mixture of these poles. But only when this pole is available, I guess you could use the upside trapezoid meta to use it for Chhattisgarh. West Bengal has these type of gigantic robot-like type structure with a lot of rectangles in between. A lot of these rectangle type poles are only found in West Bengal. Next, West Bengal also has these type of pole tops with crossbars in them. Double crossbars, I think they're called. Yeah, containing two crossbars, which are connected to each other with thin vertical supports. So here, thin vertical supports means these things, as well as, they connect these two things with each other. So next we have the uneven pole tops with an uneven amount of these connecting wire things. So 1, 2 on this side, and 1, 2, 3 on this side. And the same thing here, 1, 2 on this side, 1 on this side. So this is uneven, and it's only found in the northeastern states except Manipur. As well as that, we have this type of shape, an arrow type shape, which is found in the states of Meghalaya and Arunachal Pradesh, and occasionally found in the state of Assam. So it's basically this type of thing, this type of pole top. So if you see this, it's very common in these two states, as well as Assam, obviously. Then we have the two crossbars. So we could see they're equal crossbars on the poles, the kind of equal lines that connect them. So they're even as well, and they're only found in these states. So uneven is over here, which is found all over the place, but even has two crossbars. I think you can probably distinguish all the states that have these type of crossbars, pole tops. Trident pole tops with a hook on the top is found in Assam. So the tip of the middle is bent 90 degrees. Yeah, the tip of the middle one bending 90 degrees. That's only found in Assam. It's a common Assam meta. As well as the Goa has two crossbars. This one is a bit lower in size, and this one is a bit more in size. That's only common in the southern state of Goa. That actually uses the Konkan language. For some reason, it's not mentioned in GeoGuessr, but Konkan is a very common language in Goa, and it's actually also using the Devanagari script used in Marathi. But I think Portuguese and English are very common here, so I don't think that's a big problem. Then we have the black and white kind of flag markings that are only available in the state of Tamil Nadu. Sometimes they're also present in Telangana, Andhra Pradesh area, but in the south. But mostly it's a Tamil Nadu thing. And as well as that, if you see these, you're probably going to be in Tamil Nadu. Don't ever go any other states unless you find the language. As well as that, in Delhi you have yellow, black. So it starts here, black, yellow, black, yellow. All these are common in only Delhi, the capital territory. In Bihar, on the other hand, it is yellow, black, yellow, black. So from Delhi it starts black, and from Bihar it starts yellow. Over here. Bihar also has this marking where red starts, and also it's somewhat available in Jharkhand. Kinda, yeah. As well as that, yellow poles, circle markings are only available in Kerala, over here. But they could also be similar in other states, over here. So now we go to the architecture part, which is very also important As well as that we have the infrastructure, and as well as that it's all done. Infrastructure is done, so now only the landscape is left. And other than that, there's nothing else. In the next episode, we'll do India map, and we'll try to see if we could do it. I've decided on next episode because I quickly need to go out in a few minutes. So let's run through all this quickly. So we have these type of tiled roofs, which are only available in these parts of India: Bihar, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, as well as southern Rajasthan. So these areas have a lot of red roofs, rounded roof tiles we could call them. They're common in central India. They often appear disorganized. If for the organized ones though, they're only found in southern Indian states, also known as Dravidia area, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, sometimes in Goa. These roofs especially, they're kind of the most South Indian. So North Indian, South Indian, you can see the difference. They also have diamonds in between. They're going to be in the Bengal area around Bangladesh. So these diamonds, you can see here, yeah, these diamonds. So then hip roofs, which are also found in Bengal, these big roofs with a lot of these lines in between, I guess you could find them all in West Bengal. Metal roofs are found in these areas, although this is probably one of the most useless metals, as metal roofs are probably available all over India. But with a triangle on the top, you could probably find them all in northeastern states. I think you see mountains in the background. That's also probably in this area then, otherwise. So square panels that are made up of concrete in the borders. So they're only found in the states of Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh, and Mizoram. Commonly high mounted areas because they support the thin beams of sunlight that come over the area. As well as that, thin roofs are only available in the states of Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal, and across the entire coast. With some palm fans, you could probably see them all in these areas. So they have thin pieces of hay, large hay mounds. They're mostly from Uttar Pradesh to Orissa. Mostly this area, just remember. Sometimes occasionally this area. Then next we have Gurudwaras, which are only available in states of Punjab. Sometimes they're basically the religious sites of Sikh people, and all these, they are having a rounded domes you could see, and also for the flag you could see this symbol, which is this symbol over here, which is the Sikh symbol. So is that in Goa and Kerala you can see wealthy modern houses of the rich people, which are commonly in the states because they have the highest economies in India. So next we go into landscape and vegetation. I need to be quick, I'm rounding off, but you could read this on your own. I could link the Plunkett guide in the description if you want, otherwise no need. So landscapes and vegetation. You can see organized pines, I think these are called. Yeah, I've been in this area many times, and yeah, this type of organized pine tree you could see extending very much to the top, and organized leaves that go all the way through with branches that are having less gaps in between them. All these are available in the northern part of India, in Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, and Jammu and Kashmir, as well as sometimes in Arunachal Pradesh. As well as that, the Khasi pines, which are from the Khasi region of Meghalaya, all these areas have these kind of disorganized pines. I don't think these disorganized pines are very common in most of India. Yeah, they're not common, and only in these areas they're common. Manipur as well as Meghalaya, you get the disorganized pines. And you can see a lot of cacti, this type of cacti, the Euphorbia and Nerifolia, which is only common in Gujarat and southern Rajasthan, western Madhya Pradesh, as well as northern Maharashtra, around the Mumbai area. So whenever it's arid, but kind of having this type of weird cactus shape, that's not the typical cactus here in Gujarat area. Then we have Palmyra palms. Palmyra palms are these palms, so you'll have a lot of confusion in these type of palms. You're only going to get these in these type of areas in India, from Telangana in here, but the remaining is on the coastline with Bihar and all these up to Kerala. And sometimes near Mumbai as well, you could get that, as well as sometimes in this part of Madhya Pradesh. You'd see a lot of Palmyra palms with round crown leaves and fan-shaped leaves. All these are very common in the states along here. So as that, we also have the areca palms. So areca palms are very different from the palmyra palms. Palmyra kind of like circular crown-like shape with all these type of leaves, and then palmyra palms are a bit different. They have a bit more bigger leaves, and they're only found in Karnataka up to Kerala, and as well as the northeast and West Bengal, all around Bangladesh. These areas. The south monsoon winds area. These areas are mostly affected by the south monsoon winds. So basically, palmyra palms are in the area where the southwest monsoon winds flow, as they eventually also flow up here, getting the rainiest place in the world. So next we have date palms that are available all over the northern part of India. So all the northern part of India is full of date palms. They're mostly available in the north as well as sometimes in the south. Oil palms are only common near Vijayawada area in Andhra Pradesh, the Krishna River Delta, as well as sometimes in the Yanam Puducherry area. So they're only common in Andhra Pradesh, sometimes Kerala and Telangana. Tea plantations are only common in Kerala as well as Assam area. Only tea plantations are available in flat areas, and these areas are the main exports of tea in India. They're also available in sometimes western Tamil Nadu. So all these areas are very high tea plantations, just remember that. Sugarcane is only available in the north with Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, as well as the Maharashtra, Karnataka area. It's only available in these areas. Sugarcane is basically this plantations, just remember. High leaves I guess you know what sugarcane looks like. I think you probably don't need to know what that is. Cotton is mostly found in Maharashtra, Gujarat area, sometimes all throughout the north and the south, but I guess you can find them only in Maharashtra. With the black soil combination, it's going to be there. Then you have canola, which is only in the north with Rajasthan, and then the tallest mountains are all in the north, I guess the Himalayas. In Ladakh, it is, however, a very dry landscape, distinguishable probably, and probably if you find the most desert part of India, it's going to be here. If you're only playing the India map, you're probably getting confused with other places, but if you're only in India, you have to go Ladakh 100%. The northern plains, yeah, I guess that's easy, but then dark soil. So the soil thing, you listen to this carefully, because most GeoGuessr rounds get in this area of India. I have already played a lot of GeoGuessr India already, and most of the time it's in this part of India. So you can see black soil is very common in Maharashtra, stretching up from Gujarat all the way in this area. So below the Tropic of Cancer over here, all the way in this states over here, Maharashtra and Gujarat. If you see black soil, very black, kind of black, but brownish also kind of, this distinguishably dark soil is only found in Maharashtra and adjacent regions. Then the red soil, which is only common, my friends, in the state of Chhattisgarh, Orissa, as well as Telangana, as well as these areas of India, along the coast from Mumbai to Kanyakumari. So these areas mostly have red soil, and it's easily distinguishable because they're on the side of the road. Just distinguish it from black soil, and you'll probably get a close solution guess. And with all the distinguishing we have done already, you could probably do it. Then we have the dry landscape, only available in the Thar Desert region of Rajasthan. Then we have the ruggedness of the Western Ghats that are only available in Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat area. Next, we have Mizoram that only has these type of hills. So there are kind of similar hills in Meghalaya, they have said, but this time they only have kind of ruggedness to them. While Meghalaya, they're smooth and have flat on the top. So now all these, okay, I think you've probably distinguished the box cart. This is only available in these regions, okay. Sometimes car coverage is actually easy to distinguish with the language and all that. For example, black soil here, kind of holy poles over here, and these areas, the northern parts, are flat. I guess you could find these cars, only these regions. Then square pattern poles, these areas, and then Buddhist prayer flags, which are only available in these areas. So, yeah, if you see Buddhist prayer flags, you're only going to be in Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim, as well as Himachal Pradesh. Though it's not mentioned in the guide, I went to Himachal Pradesh once, to Shimla, Manali area, and I saw a lot of these flags. Basically a combination of the French flag as well as the Lithuanian flag upside down. Yeah, so next we have Spotlight. Andaman Nicobar Islands has these black stickers, kind of like Malaysia. And then we have these areas in Delhi. Okay, I don't think all this is required. Yeah, probably, but okay. black taxis in sometimes Mumbai as well as Meghalaya. But then yellow markings are only available in Sikkim with yellow circles or yellow hood as well. With LOA, okay, leave this. But then this region, it only has, it's the region of the Telangana-Karnataka border. It only has, it has gray bricks and similar colored rocks sometimes and seen on the walls. So yeah, you can see similar colors here. I guess for a total region guess you could go here, but for the chance of getting it, it's probably only like 1%. If you memorize this, you're probably gonna get a good guess. Probably, I'm assuming so anyway. These houses here, and these houses also here. So basically, wooden houses with all the hay and all that. So next we have this region with Japanese cedar trees. Okay, that's Siliguri area as well as Himalayan cedar. Okay, the Bhutanese white pine. Probably, if you learn Bhutan, we're probably gonna learn that. It's in Arunachal Pradesh. As was that Gujarat with Daman Diu has the dome palms, and then Kasi the Indian peacher plant. Okay, I really don't know what this is, but let's just hope it's a good thing. And then we have these type of ruggedness in the Himalayan regions, the Mekka Valley. Okay, then we have okay, yeah. And they have salt marshes in the Rann of Kutch area of Gujarat. So these areas are mostly salty with huge salt concentrations in them. If you find that, you're going to be in Gujarat. Okay, yeah. Some reddish soil is only found near Kanyakumari in the southern part of Tamil Nadu. Gray antennas on pillow on this road. And finally, this yellow outer road lines is only available in Meghalaya Khasi area. Especially only on this road you could find yellow road lines. I don't know how, but it looks kind of not like India, but yeah. Oh, so that's it for the Indian guide. So next episode we're going to play the maps and resources of India that were given. So now I need to go, guys, so hope you enjoyed this episode. Type in the comments what country you want next, and make sure you watch the next video that's being played on screen. So I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.